What's up, YouTube fans? Got myself a Hizpo Silverado deck here installed this morning. This is an '08 Silverado, so '07 to I think it's 2013. They changed the style. This deck was pretty straightforward to install. It's identical to an Xtrons deck. Hizpo puts their name on the back. It's the same 8.0 deck right across the board. If it looks like this, it's a Hizpo deck. It's an Xtrons deck. It's all the same stereo. You know, I read reviews online says, oh, I want to get the Xtrons over the Hizpo. It's all the same. They're all 8.0 decks. They look identical. They're the same. So a couple things I've seen online. People go, can I change the factory lighting? There's a hidden screen that you'll find inside the deck. Hidden screen. So if you go to the home screen, it may be hard to see on this thing. If you go to settings, you scroll down to, I think it's car, and then go into factory settings. You're going to see factory settings wanting a code. From what I know, it's 126. Done and okay. It gets into the factory settings of the deck. You can scroll over to, I think it's other. You scroll down and you'll see panel LED type. Panel LED type says RGBG. I chose green to match the green on my dashboard. If you want, you can change it. You could go blue, right? You can apply blue. It changes blue. You can go to red. You can apply red. It changes to red. You can go to green. Apply green. So you can change the color on these decks. Most people say, oh no, it's red. I don't like my factory red. Well, guess what, folks? You can change the color. Couple other things here. Scroll down. Prohibit Reverse. This was kind of weird. Prohibit Reverse means it's enabled on this deck. Means don't use reverse. Now I enabled Prohibit Reverse, and guess what? Oh, there's an MR2 behind me. I got myself Prohibit Reverse. If you shut it off, the reverse cam does not work. So Prohibit Reverse enable will enable the reverse cam. A couple other things. There's an Amplifier Volume here. If it's set to 0 dB, it's pretty loud. There's not much play for your volume to tune up and down. At lowest volume, it's pretty loud, so you probably want to adjust that. What else is in here that was kind of screwing people up? This is, like I said, it's the same on the Xtrons. It's the same on the Hizpo. It's all the same deck. There was a car logo. That was the other big thing. People like, oh, how'd you change the logo? So you got to go into the factory settings, and you have to change the car logo. So if you go in there, I chose the GM logo. Well, if I was driving a Chrysler, I might want to go to a Chrysler logo. If I wanted to go to a Buick, yeah, it could go Buick, could go Mercedes. If I had a lot of cash, I'd go Bentley. You know, BMW got one of those. Don't have an Audi, but we'll just exit and skip with our, we'll just cancel that. I don't know if there's many other things I could show you on here that haven't already been reviewed online. Just for an installation note, rear speakers, there's the left and the right jacks to connect to this. This is a simple Bose system that was in this unit, in this '08 Silverado. The original Bose factory system is supposed to plug into this and work seamlessly. When I plugged in both jacks, the right and the left connectors, I had no sound. So I had to basically modify it. I had to pull a pin. I broke a pin off. It was the ground that go to the rear speakers. You'll see if you kind of plug the deck in halfway, you'll hear sound. And then if you plug it in all the way, it'll cut sound to the front and the rear. There was a black wire. As soon as I removed that black wire pin, everything started to work. I had front and rear speakers. You can hear it here. If I go to my Navi, I scroll over and I go to my amplifier. I can go to my fader. I got rear. There's my rears. I got front. I got user. So right now I got the sound more like going to the back a little bit more than the front. So I like it a bit better with a little bit more rear speakers. The front are kind of bright. So yeah, this is a pretty cool unit. Hizpo. It's the same as the Xtrons, probably same as other brands out there. If it looks like this deck, two bolts. This panel comes off. You got to cut the left side behind this deck. There's plastic for the original deck. You got to cut the left side out to make room for the Wi-Fi antenna and the GPS antenna. As soon as you do that, the deck will actually mount. I mounted the GPS antenna up underneath this panel here. There's another video online where a gentleman installs a factory unit. You got to pull this panel off, pop this guy up. I ran my GPS just under here with a wire coming down. You can hit the Navi and it'll pull up navigation on this thing. This thing's called Sidejic, I guess, but I think you could probably use Google Maps if you wanted to. But as you can see, the GPS is working. I tried it out today. Everything worked great. Great sound out of these units. Don't be afraid. The quality out of China is much improved over the previous models. I also loaded on this unit, so I loaded Spotify, I loaded Weather Map, AccuWeather. I can tether my phone to this unit or use Wi-Fi. I've just been tethering my phone to this unit to connect to it. And you know, if I want to listen to music, I can listen to music, pull down weather. There's all kinds of stuff on here. I can go to the Play Store and download apps, go into Gmail. You can see my Gmail there. You can see everything. Everything's on here. It also has the CAN bus connector, so I can control sound right from my steering wheel controls. I can switch stations. You know, I can hit the cell button to hit Bluetooth and make a phone call. I can change sources from here. It's auto learning. I didn't have to do anything to make this happen. And they sell these on Amazon. I bought mine for $420 on Amazon.